Today, we're diving into the enigmatic origins of Shanks and the foreshadowed secrets of his overwhelming abilities. Shanks may be more than just a pirate. He could be the key to unraveling the mysteries of Mary Joyce. We're looking at how his ties to the world government and his powers could steer the story's course. The might of his Conqueror's Haki, revealed in Film Red and recent episodes, rivals even that of the pirate King Roger. The implications of his Conqueror's Haki could shock the fans. If you've got a favorite Shanks moment or more intel, drop it in the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to stay updated with our latest theories. Let's get right to it. So, let's ponder over the enigmas surrounding Shanks. A solid bet is that Shanks is likely on Luffy's side. This revelation came to light in the latest movie, Film Red. In the series, Shanks is the pirate Luffy looks up to, right? And in episode 907, his entry into Marijois hinted at a connection with the Five Elders, usually hostile to pirates. Despite these ties, Shanks remains shrouded in mystery with unsettling rumors persisting. However, Film Red's climax portrayed Shanks allying with Luffy. It was a moment that deeply moved the fans. Did you know that before the movie aired, Oda himself hinted at this during a TV show? When asked, is Shanks a friend or foe, he simply said, watch the movie. And true to his words, the film presents this alliance. It was a clear indicator that Shanks could indeed be an ally. Moreover, he left us with the words, the new era is coming soon. This could mean he's looking forward to ending the reign of the Celestial Dragons and ushering in a new era. So, it's pretty much confirmed as of now, Shanks is on Luffy's side. The second truth we're tackling today is about Shanks' origin. The tale of his birth surfaced in a flashback scene in the movie. In the heat of battle, Shanks discovers a baby, Uda, in a treasure chest and lifts her with a smile amidst the chaos. And watching over this scene are pivotal characters like Roger, Rayleigh, and Gavan, all wearing expressions of astonishment. Shanks' expression in the moment was particularly memorable, wasn't it? But why was his expression different from the rest? Now, this scene's significance has been penned down in the social 40 billionth volume that was given to moviegoers of Film Red of OnePiece. By the way, are you familiar with the God Valley incident? It was a clash on an island inhabited by celestial dragons and slaves where Roger and Garp teamed up to defeat the Rocks pirates. Shanks was that infant, tangled up in the treasure looted by Roger's crew during the God Valley incident. That's why his expression when seeing Uda was different from everyone else's. Could it be that Shanks was a celestial dragon baby picked up during the God Valley incident? It's a theory many of you might have considered, but as mentioned in episode 1095, celestial dragons didn't live on God Valley. They only visited every 3 years for a native hunting competition. Shanks is said to hail from the West Blue, making God Valley unlikely to be his birthplace. The clincher is that Shanks was born 39 years ago while the Celestial Dragons visited 38 years ago. If Shanks were a Celestial Dragon descendant, his place of origin would be Marijois, which contradicts the timeline. If the Celestial Dragons had been living on God Valley, or if Shanks' birthplace were Marijois or the Grand Line, then there would be a chance that a Celestial Dragon gave birth there. Or perhaps they brought a Celestial Dragon child to the competition. However, being born in the West Blue a year before the competition is a bit too inconsistent. But there's a case of Saul, who was revealed to be alive despite the odds, thanks to a Vivre card betrayal. The Vivre card lists the place of upbringing, not necessarily the birthplace. But if we're thinking straight, the year of native hunting competition should be set 39 years ago. Or we need to change Shanks' birthplace to Marijois or the Grand Line to avoid confusion. Hence, we might conclude he isn't a celestial dragon child. So, who did Shanks descend from? Let's delve into the mystery of Shanks' percentage next. When it comes to Shanks' percentage, we're 99% sure he's of the Figureland lineage. The Figurelands, you know, the leaders of the Holy Knights, right? Exactly. This bombshell dropped amidst Uda's live performance in the movie. We pieced this together from a conversation among the Five Elders. Initially, they were set to eliminate Uda for her rebellious streak, but upon realizing she's Shanks' daughter, they mistook her for a Figureland and hesitated. This slip-up wouldn't have happened unless they were clueless about Shanks' true lineage. Though he isn't blood-related, If they know Shanks is a figurine, then they'd link his daughter to the figurines by default. And in episode 1095, we met St. Figurine Garling, who's a dead ringer for Shanks. Considering the 5 elders' reactions and St. Garling's familiar face, it's safe to bet on Shanks being a figurine. But wait, didn't we just suggest the celestial dragon child would hail from Marie Joie, causing some confusion? Actually, this hinges on taking the Vivre card's West Blue origin at face value. There are 3 theories. First, a celestial dragon fathered a child with a slave and then abandoned them. Sure, celestial dragons can switch up wives at will. Maybe a pregnancy ended this wife contract and the child was born in God Valley. But this feels off. Once the contract's done, they're basically commoners, but there's no clear proof of Shanks' considerable clout coming from a commoner. Plus, why would a former celestial dragon wife be in God Valley, and why would they deliver her to the West Blue? They'd likely just drop a commoner wife at Sabaudi Archipelago at most. So, the first theory's a bit of a stretch. The second theory, remember how Kozuki, Ushiminaru's sister, left East Blue, had a child who then sired Zoro? By that logic, Shanks could be a descendant of St. Garling's sibling. Drawing parallels with the Don Quixote family, celestial dragons can descend to live on the surface. The Don Quixote did just that, starting a new and non-affiliated country. So, St. Garling's kin could have done the same, possibly have a child. If bloodlines match, so would faces, and say swordsmanship like Zoro or Ushimaru. So the second theory is Shanks is a child of a former Figurine celestial dragon and a God Valley local. And the third theory is much like the second, but it's St. Garling's wife who left the celestial dragons while pregnant, settling on the ground. The reason would be the same as the second one, but that they are still able to meet 5 elders and have power. This theory is also candidate because the child of a St. Garling would be more believable. Certainly, if you think about it from the perspective of how a celestial dragon would feel, you might as well abandon a child born to a civilian. But a child born of a love between a former celestial dragon and their beloved seems more cherished. The 5 elders would have no choice but to follow the champion St. Garling's will. So, Shanks being the offspring of a current and former celestial dragon feels most credible. Plus, Shanks' dead or alive bounty could imply he knows Mary Joy's secrets, much like Doflamingo. While we're still piecing the puzzle together, there's not a lot of information yet and can think of a lot of possibilities, but the fact that he's the child of someone who quit the celestial dragons shows that his parents are at least anti-government, and Shanks might inherit a rebellious streak, lending credence to the good guy Shanks theory. Let's hope he lives up to our expectations. All right. Let's dive into the fourth truth now that we've covered lineage. And the fourth point is about the astonishing Conqueror's Haki. You're all aware that Shanks has been using Conqueror's Haki from the get-go. But we're not talking about the garden variety kind, are we? The astounding Haki I'm referring to is something that far surpasses the norm. It's fair to say it's a testament to the very presence of Shanks as one of the 4 emperors. In the show, Shanks unleashes such an overwhelming Conqueror's Haki that even Navy Vice Admirals feel the pressure. If Vice Admirals are intimidated, you can tell we're talking about some serious Haki. This extraordinary Haki is mentioned in chapter 1055 of the manga, where the sheer magnitude of Shanks' Haki is on full display. It's clear that standing up to Shanks' Conqueror's Haki is no small feat, highlighting just how formidable it is. This Haki is part of what solidifies Shanks' status as a 4 emperors. And understanding this, it's highly likely that St. Garling too possesses a potent Conqueror's Haki. It's suggested that the trait of Conqueror's Haki can be inherited, as inspired by Garp's words, he was born with it and seen with Ace, Roger's son, and Yamato, Kaido's child. So, if Shanks has it, it stands to reason that St. Garling with his lineage would too. And as the victor of the God Valley's king, St. Garling probably won from a whopping negative 10,000 points at the native hunting competition. Being the king of God Valley means his Conqueror's Haki must be strong, something you can only forge through personal growth. As I mentioned earlier, we're not sure about the exact relationship between Shanks and St. Garling, but their bloodline connection is likely. This implies that the strong Haki could very well have played a part in sweeping the native hunting competition from such a massive deficit. Moving on to the fifth truth about Shanks. His Conqueror's Haki has a unique ability known as Observation Killer. This tidbit comes from the character's settings distributed as a special bonus to moviegoers of film Red. It's revealed that Shanks has the ability to control his presence and prevent others from foreseeing his actions, likely a special effect of his Conqueror's Haki. With this explicitly stated, it opens up a world of possibilities for Conqueror's Haki capabilities. Previously thought to be just an aura to wear, it now seems Conqueror's Haki could be used in various ways. Take Saint Saturn's method, for instance. In Chapter 1095, Saint Saturn stopped Sanji and others, but how he managed to do that wasn't clearly shown. As Vegapunk suspected, it could be a devil fruit ability to immobilize others like Doflamingo. Or maybe it's a chilling Haki activation just by the stare, a possibility of a special Haki ability. Indeed, without using hands like Doflamingo, it seems plausible to be paralyzed by the sheer presence of Haki. And if this ability is a part of Conqueror's Haki, then any awakened user might harness it. So, other members of the Five Elders, or even Emu, might be able to use it. If it isn't a devil fruit power, that'd be quite the threat, right? So, we've talked a lot about Shanks. What do you think? I'm definitely intrigued by his origins. That's all for today. This channel posts summaries, explanations, and ranking videos related to One Piece. If you like One Piece, we would be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.